Miss Ivana.
Okay, thank you for this opportunity.
Where is your picture?
Wait.
Great.
Okay, hi everyone. I'm Ivana and I will lead today's discussion. First of all, thank you guys for attending this discussion. We are going to talk about a stalled interrelation, the opportunity to grow or the decline of a relationship. I hope that each of you will be motivated and eager sharing your perspective and also opinion in regard to this theme. As mentioned earlier by Mr. Ku, you should raise your hand if you want to share your perspective, and also please stay muted during the discussion when others is speaking. So now let me share screen and move on to the first slide. Mister, you still disable the screen sharing.
Can you?
Not yet.
Okay, I will help you.
Okay, so this is the topic today, as I mentioned earlier, and let's move on to the first slide. Okay, the first question is, this feeling of euphoria is what many couples call the honeymoon phase, typically marking the earliest days of a relationship when laughter, lust, and attraction are highest. However, why do relationships stagnate? Is anybody want to share their perspective or maybe opinion? Maybe the one that chatted in the chat box, Miss February or Mr. February. Do you want to share your opinion?
All right. No. Uh, the I don't know. When it comes to the last up, because I knew this vocabulary a couple years ago when I watched a movie, and then there's a couple there. They were talking about lust. Oh, what is lust in Indonesia? So I searched at that time about the meaning of this word. It's nafsu. All right. Like, okay, in that case, so that's why when I see this word, all right. Okay, I'm trying to answer the question. However, why do relationship stagnate? The feeling of euphoria is what many couples call honeymoon phase, marking the earliest days of a relationship. Uh, I don't have any experience about this. First, the second, maybe it's understandable. We are halal, yeah. I mean, like you are secara hukum. You can do it. I mean, you can do it with your partner, your apa ya? Secara resmi, partner secara resmi. What do we call
Legally,
pasangan secara
legally,
resmi?
legally.
You're likely couple, or maybe you're supposed. Let's say, you're supposed. I think it's like you put your lust, but the most important thing, I guess, it's the 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 language of love. So it can be like, I'm confused of this question really. Go
Okay.
on.
Okay. That's okay because I've just searched the meaning of lust, and me myself is a bit shocked by the meaning, but I agree with you that we should do it when it is illegal,
Yes, that's
legally.
why.
Okay, maybe anyone is willing to add Mr. February's perspective or maybe other arguments?
Can I try? Can I try?
Sure, of course.
Right, yeah. Uh, Even I do not have any experience about this case. Yeah, I just try to deliver my perspective toward this question. However, why two relationships stagnate? Yeah, some months ago I met the woman who came from Jakarta, and she wanted to marry with Australian people. And even I had the questions, why do you decide to how to say make a serious or yeah, you decide to the formal or legal relation with him, even she never meets him physically, but she trusted, she believes 100% because she has planned, she has arranged a lot of activities that she can go to Australia and she can meet him, and she decided to marry with him. And then the last one, she wants to move from Indonesia to Australia. And I have the questions because of that. How to how to do your relationship longer? It means that when you chat, when you do video call and so on, if you have send the report and so on, do you always have a topic to be discussed? Of course, right? So is there any case? Of course, yes. But how to mitigate that case for someone who is not talkative? But it means that they don't get to say, how are you? You are any, yeah, it everything is bullshit. If you only ask, how are you? How are you? I miss you. And every day, every time, it means that it becomes not sweet, but yeah, let's say bitter, I guess, something like that. Yeah, because of that, because she has believed with him. Yeah, I just give the perspective. Even I do not have any authority to answer or um, give another opinion. Just because of that case, I could share about this case. Yeah, it depends on what kind of relationship it is. Can be a long distance relationship, or we can meet physically, not only virtually. Yeah, I guess something like that can be stagnant. Can be stagnate because can be stagnate. I have the questions. But if the person, even girl or man, they are not talkative, how to make a relationship longer? It can be stagnant because of there is no topic to be discussed. What should we do? Should we have to care each other? What kind of care? And yeah, something like that. Maybe Mr. Tommy can answer my question as the expert of love. Thank you very much.
Okay, Mr. Tommy, can you answer the question?
Mr. Tommy, where is your voice? No voice at all.
Hello, maybe you should check on your microphone.
So Tommy, hello.
I think he just left the meeting. Okay, is there anybody else?
Okay, wait, I will give additional opinion from that case. Before Mr. Tommy came again to this discussion. Oh, well, from that case, there is an additional case from another person, such as they two long distance relationship, but when the relationship has been doing for let's say 10 years something, or 20 years something, it means that they do not really need love, such as the word I love you, I miss you, and so on. No, how to make the relationship longer, not only the word but also financial maybe, or yeah, something like that. Maybe, and others can answer. Okay, Mr. Tommy, I guess.
Okay. May I audible now?
Clear.
Okay, thank you so much, Brother Hudori. Yeah, actually, you are and the expert as well. Okay, thank you so much, Miss Ivana, about this question. I think the honeymoon phase and then how the relationship becomes stagnant in the further. I think this is kind of a life cycle, right? Yeah, this is a normal, I think, because in the first time we meet, or in always in the first shot is always great before, and then if in every moment the first time is always good for all. So moreover in the relationship itself, and we know couples have the what sacral, yeah, what they call sacral in English. Yeah, they always have the sacral moment, right? So to make the relationship more sweet, more happy, more good enough to bring up to the next stage, I think. So it's called a honeymoon phase, but please be considered to be please be considered to not to trap in these phases only, because if you state the honeymoon phase, it's only for maybe first years while you married, and then where you make a connection. I think you will be trapped in there, so you in your mind you not realize about the long-term partnership, right? So that's why some couples feels their relationship more stagnant in the future, because they in the first in their mind they just state in their mind the more happiness, the more sweet session, it's only in the first time. uh, please always keep in your mind every day is always sweet. Yeah, every day is always make both of us more having love, falling love, can longer more, and last itself is okay. Yeah, if you are legally connected, legally connected, legally related, have the relationship legally, I think you always growth your last. I'm sorry to use that word, yeah, because I think love itself, it's kind of humanity, right? God give as a privilege to have the last itself with a brain, with a moral and something like that. So I think why do relationships stagnate? Because we have uh, in our mind, we have the mindset the more happy is just in the first time. It's totally wrong. You need to reconstruct your mind to be every day is always happy, and you state in your mind this relationship is become longer and more longer, everlasting, something like that. Thank you, Miss Ivana.
Thank you, Mr. Tommy. I really like your opinion about the happiness at the first place. I also think that maybe it is the main reason why couples get separated and because they get bored over time and also something like that. Okay, before we move on to the next slide and also the next discussion, um, maybe anyone else want to give their opinion on this question? If not, we will move on to the next slide. Okay, the second question is still about and in relation with stagnated relationship. Is a stagnated relationship a sign that love is ending or that the relationship is no longer working? You can give your opinions by raising your hands first. Okay, Miss Dwi Febri, you can unmute yourself and give your perspective.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah. So hello everybody. Good evening. Thank you, Miss Ivana, for the chance. So I would like to share my friend's experience. Actually, it's one of the interesting topic about the stagnated relationship. So she told me about her relationship that the stagnant relationship itself is the challenge. So it's not the sign of the ending of the relationship or love. So it's a challenge of two people or couples while they are going through their relationship. So it's one of the, I think it's an interesting phase for her, yeah, especially how to handle that kind of stagnant or boring feeling between them. And then um, and she also told me because it is it appears because of like we do our routine. So yeah, uh, it is still related to the first statement, or the first slide that I saw. um, so every time a relationship starts, it will be always a happiness for them, because that's like the feeling of the it's like a roller coaster. When you try the roller coaster, that you are going to go up, right? And then that kind of feeling, it's an excitement that you are going to have. For the next one, maybe you are going to fall down, or you are going to be stagnant. So I think the representative of the roller coaster itself, and my friend's story, that the stagnant relationship is a challenge, not the sign of the ending of love or relationship. Thank you. I think that's all.
Okay, thank you, Miss Febri. So it is like also a relationship is a roller coaster and it is definitely a challenge. I feel that a lot too. Okay, you can lower your hand. Thank you. Next we have Miss or Mr. Loliet. I'm not really sure. You can give your perspective and you may unmute yourself.
Okay, thank you very much for moderator today, Ms. Ivana. And I do agree with the speaker, previous speaker, that Mr. Ms. Dwi. But and I want to share my friend's experience about the relations. I mean, like the stagnant relationship. For this case, in my point of view, I think why it happened. Maybe this is because of many factors, but from my friend, I think that this is because of accident. I mean, uh, you know that most of couples, I mean, like in Indonesia, there are many couples that marrying because of accident. Maybe they. I'm sorry first, but I will tell you all. Maybe they like pregnant in the wrong time. I mean, like they haven't had official relationship, but they already had something like pregnant. So this is like uh, we cannot. I mean, like we cannot compare. I mean, we cannot compare something, and we cannot say that the relationship. I mean, stagnant relationship in the couple because of maybe for the factor something like that, or maybe they have official relationship and then they have stagnant relationship. On this case, I just want to say that this is like challenging or something or something that like it dares you to build or rebuild or to strengthen your relationship, even though I mean they this is for example like the couples marrying because of accident, even though they did like that, we cannot judge or we cannot or we cannot something like think that that's too bad for us, but even but it can be happen to others. I mean, like even though they haven't, even though they have good relationship, but if they still, I mean, like if they think that a relationship is just about lust and the statement that you write on your screen, I think that's not good to make it a story.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Lauliat. Maybe anyone who disagrees with this statement? Okay, Mr. Tommy, you can give your opinion.
Okay, thank you. According to what I said previously, stagnated in relationship, yeah, we can consider to be as a sign that love will be ending if we didn't do nothing, right? Stagnated, it's like a signal that couple if they do nothing uh, to fit up the relationship and then to adjust it, yeah, then to bring back to the purpose, the first purpose why they are connected. I think that's kind of be as a dangerous for them, right? It's gonna be it's will be make the relationship will be broken or will be ending. Love will be ending if they are not doing something. So I agree, if stagnated relationship is a sign that love is will be ending if they are not something. uh, However, you will find in the maybe in your surrounding, maybe, or in the maybe that's your friend or your family, or it's a story from the book, maybe some couples have still be connected, still be married. Maybe if we talking about the married couple, still be married until maybe until they die, but they said we didn't love each other. but we still be married because we have responsibility to keep up our marriage, because we already have son, we have already children, something like that. So yeah, even though we say this is not a healthy relationship, but that's the fact. Okay, if you have plan to make your life more colorful, I think so you need to be creative with your partner itself, with your maybe your wife, your husband, your girlfriend, your boyfriend. Maybe you need to be uh, creative to create the new moment to fit up your relationship itself. Thank you, Miss Ivana.
Thank you, Mr. Tommy. This is very interesting. We have 2 points of view. Maybe anyone else want to share their opinion before we move on to the next slide? Okay, now then, let's move on to the third discussion of the day. In general notion, who gets bored faster in relationship? Men, women, both or more due to external parties, and why? You can raise hand if you want to share your opinion or perspective. Okay, since no one is raising their hand, I will choose randomly. Maybe Mr. February.
Yes. Okay. Thank
Do
you,
you
Miss
mind
Savannah.
sharing?
Yes. Okay. Thank you for choosing me. In general notion, who gets bored fast? This is in my opinion, yeah. Uh, because in my dictionary there is no gray between black and white, so I'll go with women. I don't know, because women, maybe in my perspective, women, there are a lot of things they do. So let's say on the daily basis, they passionate about something, and then like for a couple times or a couple moments, they will change directly to think something like Ivana, what do you want to eat? Up up to you. Uh, that's maybe the gesture that uh, I can try to conclude that maybe someone who gets bored faster in a relationship, maybe women, because of they don't hello, they don't really have like they don't really have what we call standard of something. They let the men choose. They let the men lead all the things. Even the woman doesn't like the what the boys choose. Maybe that's from my perspective. Thank you, Ms. Fana.
Okay, so you think that women get bored faster?
Faster.
Maybe, yeah, okay. Maybe, okay. Miss Livia, do you mind sharing?
Yeah, thank you, Miss. Okay, so this is interesting question, yeah. Um, as long as I know from my own experience, this is not valid to everyone, but I think that the time, man is the one who get bored easily, especially when their partner, like their girlfriend, is not physically attractive anymore. So, for example, like when you go on a first date, usually the women try so hard to look pretty or look beautiful and dress up really nice, but after a while, when they already having the relationship for about um half year or more, usually the woman getting not dressing really well at least as well as the first time they date. So the men think that their physical appearance is not as attractive as before. Therefore, the men try to looking for another um more attractive woman out there. Well, yeah, we know that usually people when they are getting comfortable, they are start to show their real self, which is they not fake it too much like in the beginning. So maybe that's why the girl not trying so hard to do the makeup or the dress really well, which is actually unfortunately can be the main um attraction for the man. So I guess that's what makes me that the boy usually getting bored easily in the relationship. But yeah, of course it can be vice versa. It can be both. Depends on how they bring their relation into, like how they communicate to each other, how they try to make some kind of spark and being playful towards each other during the relationship. And also because logically speaking, yeah, um the number of women in this world is 2 or 3 times a lot more than the women, the men. So that's why there is a tendency for the men to get more women than a woman to get more men. So yeah, it can be the reason also why men can be easily attracted towards another woman and women tend to be more loyal from my perspective. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Miss Livia. That is a very interesting perspective. Okay, now we have Mr. Loliet. You can unmute and share your opinions.
Okay, thank you very much. For the first, I want to say that I don't mean to underestimate women or men, but for the previous speaker, Miss Livia, I'm sorry, but I don't agree with you. You told that women try to look beautiful to in front of his her boyfriend. Yeah, this is why I choose women, because they try to look more beautiful, and like they have too much expectation. I mean, like too much expectation. They try their best, and they and their expectation. I mean, like they want their partner look handsome too or something like that. But this for the reality. I mean, like they have tried their best, and then they didn't they don't get something like they want, and they will be they will be getting bored soon. And yeah, I'm sorry for Miss Livia. I don't agree with you. And then I wanna add some opinions. For this case, I think that we all try to uh, look look uh, look interesting or look fascinating in front of our partners. And I'm sure that we all we all also get something like uh, the the difficulty one. I mean, like you have tried your best, and then in the for the reality is really different, or you just expect too much, or you try to give your best, or you try to build good relationship to not stagnate, but for the reality you just get it. Okay, that's that's my point. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Loliet. Due to the time constraint, I think we should limit to 3 people on each discussion. What do you guys think? You can give a thumbs up if you agree. Okay, thank you. So let's move on to the next slide. Okay, this is the fourth discussion. Some people believe that relationship is stalled due to plenty of differences, while others argue it is on the other way around. With which view do you agree the most? Okay, I will choose who will give their opinions. Maybe Mr. Januar, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, Miss.
Yes, can you give your opinion?
Okay. To answer this question, maybe as same with other participant, I'm not a master of relationship, but I try to give my opinion about this. Mm, what is it? For me, for my perspective about this stagnance in relationship. Wait a minute. The differences in the relationship, maybe for the couple or spouse at the first stage of or first phase of their relationship is not a problem. It is between because the men and women are different. You know, as in a relationship, we or maybe me as I have learned many experiences to other people who they had experience their with their relationship. First of all, in first place, when they are commit their relationship, is a commitment. Yeah, you are doing this, you are not doing to this. This is a commitment. Uh, Even they have a differentiation between them, is that is it is not a problem. The problem who the people who has a relationship when they are face the differences make them stagnant is because they're still not understanding what the main core of the relationship is. Because when they face this differentiation, but they are not ready about this, surely they are still understand or they still wrong about the relationship. Maybe just this from my perspective. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Januar. So it is they cannot accept each other differences. That's what I thought Mr. Januar was saying earlier. Okay, Miss Livia, you can unmute and give your perspectives.
Okay, thank you, Miss. So yeah, I think based on the maturity level that, like when you are mature enough and you find someone who is really like totally the opposite of you, whether it is their characteristic or their perspective of life, of maybe have differences about religion or hobbies or whatever in their life. But if you have the same maturity level and the same kind of respect towards each other, I guess it's not a problem. Even it can be more attractive than when you just having someone who is a really same with you, like they are a twin of you. It can be really entertaining also, but after sometimes I think everyone really like to find someone who can give them a fresh um, perspective about anything and teach them about a new things and bring into their life a new experience and in a such colorful way. So that's why I guess like differences can be attractive only if you learn how to respect and be mature towards any kind of differences, and you can value them as much as you can value your own understanding about about everything. So communication is the key, whether you want to communicate your opinion and respect others' opinion as well. And usually they know that both of them can be agree to disagree about so many things, and it's not a problem, and they will not take it personally. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Livia. Is there anybody else who want to share? Okay, Mr. Tommy, you can go ahead and share your perspectives.
Thank you, Miss Ivana. Before I answer about the question, I just make the small comment for Miss Ivana chat, yeah. Bad at relationship and love. This is my purpose. Yeah, please choose the one first, whether a relationship or love, and then keep it in you, because if you already choose about the for example, if you choose the relationship first, then believe me, after you have a lot of relationship, maybe you have a lot of friend, believe me, your partner will be coming, yeah. And oftenly our partner is always placed surrounding of us itself. They will be come from the near with our environment. I always believe it that, but you can choose the love first. It's okay after you have love, and then you can build your relationship with others. It's okay. Maybe sometimes you will find a love can make the love can broke the relationship with others. Yeah, you will find the fact in your surrounding environment maybe. So about this question, some people believe that relationship is stalled due to plenty of differences, while other argue it the other way around. It's in my perspective, it's a little bit same, right? Because this is, yeah, you realized after a long time you run your relationship with your couple, and then you feel I think this is the time to choose to decide to uh, break up with our relationship. Why? Because yeah, because we have the difference maybe different purpose, I think, something like that. If you face that situation, please bring back to your first purpose, why you do the relationship, uh, why you make the relationship with him, with her. Because if you bring back to the first purpose, I think everything is can be talk, everything is can be communicate, right? Even though you have the different way, even though you have uh, you realize many differences between you and your couple, I think everything can be, yeah, like I said previously, can be adjusted, can be make to creative. You can find the creative way to fit up your relationship, if you still be keep up the relationship with her maybe. But if you have not what we call, if you have not aim, if you didn't eager to keep up your relationship for the future, I think, yeah, you need to decide fast. You need to decide fast about the continuity for the relationship, because if you not clear enough to decide it, I think that's make your maybe life, your body will be unhealthy. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Tommy, for your opinion. Before we move on to the next slide, I just want to make sure that Miss Sophie, are you here?
Yes.
I'm just curious about your opinion about this, so can you share it?
Okay. Some people believe that relationship. I'm sorry, I didn't really. I just joined actually, so I'm trying to adjust with the discussion. Is that okay if I give the argument to the next slide, and I skip this one?
Okay, sure. Then let's change to the next slide since we already have 3 people. Okay. So the fifth question, from your viewpoint, how long or is there any particular period in which your relationship would stagnate? Okay, Miss Sophie, you may unmute and answer this question. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Miss Ivana, for the opportunity. In my viewpoint, it is based on experience. I think the normal period of time is 1 year, I think, because for the first 3 months we like the in the beginning of discussion we are facing a honeymoon phase in the first 3 months, if in my opinion, and then the next 3 months we're trying to adjust the character between each other, between our partner. And then the next 3 months, we started to find some sort of problem related to each other. And then the next 3 months, which is the 12th month, I think it just if it comes to the decision between both sides whether they want to continue the relationship or they want to end it up. So I think the normal period of time, of course, we can stereotyping all the relationship, but most of the people around me, I see this kind of period of time. If they succeed, if they succeed for the first year, they will long lasting usually, like until 5 years and until married. But if they can make it in the first year, most of them just broke up. So I think the first year is like what is the English of patokan, if you're willing to translate it. That's my point of view. Thank you.
Thank you. You mean the most essential year in one's relationship? Something
Yeah.
like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's very interesting viewpoint from you. Actually, I couldn't agree more. Yeah, first year is the base of each relationship. Maybe anybody like to present their opinions?
Can I try?
Sure, of course.
Yeah. From your viewpoint, how long or is there any particular period in which your relationship would stagnate? Yeah, fortunately, this afternoon I met my friend who has been married yet, and I asked about his experience of his journey of doing his how to say his relationship with his couple, such as, yeah, maybe when our purpose of deciding to marry is only for fulfilling our lust, yeah, maybe 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, it can be 5 years, but afterward we can be stagnant, and we can say that the grass is always greener than other side, because of that it's just fulfilling the lust or desire as well. But yeah, maybe Mr. Tommy has explained about it depends on what you have decided to the legal to the long journey together or something like that, I guess. Yeah, because um, deciding something, deciding how to say legal relationship is not easy as we thought, but how to consider deeper rather than only doing what the fish goes on the flow. No, it's not the play, right? And this case in my city, even not only in my city, but because of the stigma, when you are when you have been 25 years old, when you have been mature means not maturity doesn't mean that we measure by the numbers, but the maturity because of our due to they can how to say measure based on their problem, their project that can be solved, something like that, or their literacy and so on. But the cultural ecosystem or the environment tends to divine the number of maturity is number. Let's say if the boy 25 or the woman you have been graduated from senior high school or even a bachelor degree, why don't you why haven't you married yet and something like that. It's not it's only the stigma, but they do not prepare about how to say having literacy and something like that to mitigate. It means that to mitigate or anticipate the case what will happen, even not only perfect, but try to mitigate the case when we have decided to do the legal. If talking about the long or the duration, yeah, it depends on what you haven't decided or you have decided before you do it. Can be long term, can be short term. Yeah, I guess something like that. What happened in real life. I just know from my friend because I'm not the actor by myself, such as but Mr. Tommy is an actor. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ku, for the opinions. Let's move on to Mr. GNR.
Yeah. Hello.
How may I call you?
Yeah, just spelling correct name. GNR is my abbreviation.
Okay, okay, Mr. GNR. Okay, you can share your viewpoints.
Yeah, I suppose Mr. Tommy and Mr. Kuala already shared their based on expert experience. So I just wanna put a comment about this question about there are any particular period in which your relationship would stagnate. I suppose the questions belong to who still not in marriage. I mean, still single, still jomblo, not in proper what Mr. Jose is illegal. So you do illegally now? Yeah, it's supposed to be like the relationship being stagnant when we still in that kind of status maybe. Because if you already become a married person, the stagnate, I suppose it never come. You always face the another problem and maybe big problem than ever. Like you are already married and then you maybe what is much saving money and brings home the bacon. I mean like what is earn for the family income and have what is yeah like have and it always have what is needs, right, basic needs. So you must saving your money. Maybe you want to buy house. After that, your wife is pregnant and you want to raise your child, and it costs a lot. Uh, Nowadays, like yeah, it costs a lot, right? So you will face the another problems in every stage of your life. So I mean, this question is not relate if the what is the stagnate relationship will happen in marriage life. So because when we have choose to become a married person, we have a commitment. So it's depend on how strong your commitment with your spouse. So we believe we can hold that commitment until we die, right? Until they separate, about the death separate us. Let's say that. So yeah, I agree. This I just wanna share that opinion is maybe this question relate to when someone still not in marriage life. Yeah, thank you, Miss.
Okay, thank you, Mr. GNR. Maybe anyone else want to share? If no, we can move on to the next slide. Okay, let's just move on to the next slide. Okay, when you realize that your feeling is not totally reciprocated, does this trigger you to feel bored over your relationship? Anyone wants to share their opinions and thoughts? Okay, Miss Livia.
Yeah, I guess for me it is totally valid. Like when I feel, I am such a sensitive person, so I feel when I feel like my partner start to lose interest on me, like they are sometimes abandoning me or having slow response to my chat, or when we have an argument, they try to avoid to discuss some of the important things and let the conflict just be open, like not discuss it well, so then we can finish it before we go to bed. So I guess it's, for me it's a red flag, and for me it makes me like little bit bored, not just bored, yeah, but also scared of what they might do after this. And there is a negative thoughts inside my mind that I will start to overthink of if they might be cheated on me, or they might be losing interest and talking to someone more attractive or someone new behind me without even telling me what's happened, and they will start to ghost me. So all of these negative thoughts, I guess, will make me decided to, like, you know mm, move away from them even before they verbally, like, admit that they are you know getting bored of me. I will like block them first to to avoid that things happen, because of course that will ruin my self-esteem and my and my pride, so it will hurt even more. So before that, I will start to like sabotaging it first from my own perspective. I will cut them first before they cut me off. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Miss Livia. Let's move on to Miss Sophie.
Okay, thank you, Miss. I really like Miss Livia's argument. Like before she got cut off, she cut the person first. That's savage. But for me personally, um, it depends. I have experienced to be the person who be cut off and then the person who cut off someone else. Um, if it is come to me like I'm the person who get ignored or have a reciprocated feeling from my partner, I don't know. I think it's kind of challenge. Like I try to, but I don't see that is it like decrease my pride, but I see it as like you haven't seen my best, so I will try it. Since because I think before we begin the relationship, we give them trust, right? So I trust them fully. I'm not gonna check the phone. I'm not gonna asking inappropriate question, or I trust them fully. But before we get the trust, of course, there is a long period of time of discussion, of meetings, of moments before we give them the trust. That's why when the situation change, like they they a little bit acting weird or suspicious, I'm not gonna cut them off directly, but I'm trying to asking myself and find the way, like what happened now, what's wrong with the relationship, because when they feel bored, ending the relationship is not the answer. We can talk about it, but but for me, if I'm the one who feeling off, or I don't feel the chemistry, I'm just cut it off, like no explanation. I know it sounds very rude or like mean, but that's what happened. Like when I don't feel the chemistry anymore, and just cut it off, like I'm really sorry, I can continue the relationship. That's for me. Thank you, Miss.
Thank you, Miss Sophie. That's a very interesting viewpoint from you. Actually, I do agree that we should cut off people first before they cut off us. That's a great move for me. Okay, anyway, let's move on to Miss Suchi.
Hello.
Hi, Miss.
Okay, so because it's raining heavily here, so I hope that you can hear my voice. For me actually, that this is like the opposite things. Like if uh if I think that my feeling is not totally how to say reciprocated, um then it will increase my curiosity toward him. That is for me. That so I will try my so I will try to do better for anything that I will try to him, because like it I think it's similar to Miss Sophie, and it will be opposite with Miss Livia. So like when I'm feeling that there is uh yeah, so just the point is that it will increase instead of trigger me to feel bored, that it will increase my curiosity toward him. So that is why I will try my best, and then try to seek for his interest toward me. I think that's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Miss Suchi. Let's move on to Mr. Wawiat.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, first of all, I wanna mention that when we are going to talk about feelings, oh my God, it's really complicated. Even though you see your partner always smiles, always happy, but his deep heart, we cannot predict, we cannot know more about that one because it's really complicated. But I believe that we will face both relationship, and I don't know in which period we will get it, but I believe that we will face it. But first of all, this is the different sides, and we try to mix it, and we try to live together with another behavior, another like something, another behavior, another culture, another many things that is really different, and we try to mix it, we try to live together. And yeah, when we have good communications, I think this is the way to overcome any situation that will come to us. And for this one, for the trigger, when you don't feel when you do not feel reciprocate, yeah, I mean, you I suggest you to not I I I'm not expert, but I suggest you to make it as the reason to make it is the reason to like uh, break up, or maybe you stop your relationship, because when which you try to, I mean, like, I suggest you to try to make good communication with each other. That's the main point. Even though you have even though you have big problem or something like that, when you have good communication, I think it can finish, or it can like finish or overcome any situation or any problem that you will find. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Lauliet. I think it's enough for this section. Let's move on to the next slide. Okay, here is the seventh question. Do the advantages of being in a stagnated relationship outweigh the disadvantages? Okay, Mr. Lauliet, do you want to answer again, or haven't you lower your hand?
I'm sorry, I forgot to lower my hand. Thank you very much.
It's okay, it's okay. Thank you. Maybe I will choose the person that haven't told. Maybe Miss Rasniati. Hello, are you there? Hello, Miss. Okay, I guess there is a problem with her connection. So does anyone want to try or maybe give their opinions?
Maybe Miss Ivana can share your opinion, because
Okay.
I see your opinion is powerful, yeah, from your chat.
Okay. Okay. Actually, I don't really think that stagnated relationship have any advantages. I think there are more disadvantages, but based on my uncle's experience, I guess that there are more advantages. Wait, actually, I'm a bit confused here. Okay, there are more disadvantages. For example, like when we are in a relationship that is stagnated and also it doesn't move either forward or backward, like he was having a break with his girlfriend, but they haven't break up yet, so it's just like a simple 3 months break. And after 3 months they ended to really break up, not continuing their relationship. So I don't think that stagnated relationship is very good, but I would say if the communication between each couple is good and also they can communicate well, like seeing each other but not every day, and also trust as the most important thing in relationship. I think that a 3 months break or maybe some period break, that is a good thing. Yeah, that's my opinion. Thank you. Okay, let's move on. Maybe Mr. Elliot, do you want to share your opinions?
Okay, thank you for us, Miss Ivana. Okay, for this one, for getting advantage or disadvantage in stagnant relationship, you don't have to in that situation. I mean, like, you can be in another side. I mean, like, you just heard from your friends or something, like the problem, and is like curhat from your friends, and you can know, I mean, like, you already know about that one. So for the advantage, you can prepare better relationship in the future. I mean, like you have the thing that is really bad in relationship, and you prepare for the good one in the future. And then for the advantage, yeah, I'm sure that for like me, I mean, like for the couples in the stagnant relationship, for in another side, they will get something like bad health, bad mental, because of they like trauma, or they are too afraid of making a new relationship each other, or they too afraid of continuing their relationship because of many things that are really bad for them, especially for the disadvantage. That's all from me. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Walvier. Okay, let's move on to the love expert, as everyone mentioned in the chat box. Mr. Tommy, you can present your opinions.
Yeah. Yeah, that's about Mr. Who said me is
Lot of
a
love.
love expert, right? Okay, answer about the advantage of being in a stagnated relationship. Which one the more better, right? Having the advantage and still keep the stagnated relationship until, I don't know, and then, or we need to break up. Yeah, I think yeah, this a little bit tricky, because if you realize, if you uh, clearly understand about the signal, about the, if you can recognize about the uh, sign about the stagnated, I think it is coming from both. Yeah, not only from the man or the woman side, is coming from both. If a man feel, yeah, he feel bored about the relationship, and then he realize about that, so he need to be improve to make the relationship more colorful, more, yeah, cheerful, I think. So in the other side, if the woman feel she maybe she get bored because the partner always slow respond to to chat, yeah, respond to her chat. I think, yeah, maybe you need more attractive. Attractive is not always about the face, about the beauty, about the body slim, something like that. Attractive, it's you, yeah. This is just a little example from my perspective. Maybe you can make it, make like noodles for him, especially you make by yourself, and then you give the noodles for him while he will be going to, will go to office, something like that. Or maybe you buy chocolate for him, for her, something like that. Yeah, just a little moment that can be uh, what we call, yeah, you never doing that before. So I think that's kind of the candy, right? It can make your relationship more sweet. So I think the advantage and the disadvantage is, yeah, if you feel the stagnated relationship is having more disadvantage and you realize that, then you need to keep your relationship with them, not with others. Yeah, you need to stand up. Yeah, you need to uh, be brave to break up. And then, not break up, it's not about the break up, it's mean improve, yeah, improve the relationship. But believe me, if you, yeah, feel the bored, you have do more, if you have yeah, you take more improvement, but yeah, the stagnated is still happen. I think you need to decide to break up. It's okay. Life must be go on. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Tommy. I agree that life should go on no matter what happens. Okay, let's move on to Mr. GNR.
Yeah, I always put the comment wanna adding Mr. Tommy opinion. I mean, Mr. Tommy opinion is already brilliant, right? But maybe I wanna make emphasize that if we feel stagnant about our relationship, and then we choose to become or is break up, or maybe fall fall apart, yeah, or maybe just stay away each other. I think it's not solution. If you are back again, if you are in marriage life, it will cause more and more problem because yeah, if we feel stagnant, is something wrong our about the relationship. So I believe we the what is the that person, that couple must be work out together to find solution. What is the solution? But if you are in maybe in still in not in marriage life, it's okay to be maybe we can instruct what is review, or maybe just back to the square one. I mean, start over again, to why what is you, or maybe you and your spouse, your girlfriend, or your boyfriend, love each other. So maybe just start over again, and what is recall when you falling in love, and you are in the in the peak of love. So maybe their solution. But for break, take a break, yeah, maybe it's okay to for maybe for one few days. But if more than a week, it's not healthy. I mean, it not will solve the problem. I mean, it will be cause make any problem. So the another problem will come, will rise up. Yeah, that's why I think. Thank you, Miss.
Okay, thank you, Mr. GNR. Let's, by the way, can you lower your hand, please? Thank you. Okay, Miss Rasniati, you can present your viewpoints. Hello, Miss.
Okay, thank you for the time. So, hello, hello?
Hello. Hello. Yes. Okay, I can hear you, but
Can you?
it's not that clear at my place. Is
I'm sorry,
everybody?
my
Oh, do you have a trouble with your connection?
hello. Can you hear my voice?
Yes, yes, we can now.
Okay, so I'm sorry because my connection it's not good. So for this question, if in this era there are many couple, it means like couple not have get married in like dating, stagnant relationship. There are many disadvantages in stagnant relationship because I think stagnant in relationship, it means like in this era, I don't know the specific the means of stagnant relationship, but I think like in this era there are many people use terms like break maybe because there are many couple in the relationship always use terms like break. So I think there are many disadvantages in stagnant relationship because the couples do not about the purpose of the relationship, and the couples do not about the principle of the relationship. So for me, stagnant relationship, there are many disadvantages of stagnant of relationship. So that's all for.
Okay, thank you, Miss Rasniati. And she is the last person to give her viewpoints on this slide. So let's move on to the next slide. Okay, this is the last discussion of the day. What to do? What to do when the butterflies wear off in your relationship? Okay, Miss Livia, you can present your opinions. Thank you.
Yeah, I ever heard like maybe from Chinese proverbs about if you want to choose a partner for a lifetime, or don't choose someone who give you butterfly in your stomach, because it is such a roller coaster feeling that makes your adrenaline ups and down in the beginning, and it sounds so exciting, and you somehow can misinterpret it as love in the beginning of the relationship, but after that, actually it can be a sign of red flags, because people who give you a lot, adrenaline and ups and downs, they might have some qualities that can hurt you at the end. And after you ended up getting into a relationship with them, they might cheat you, or giving you mixed signals, or giving you hot and cold treatment. Sometimes they give you silent treatment. That's why you keep having those butterfly feelings, and you get excited whenever you get response from them. But in the Chinese proverb that I read, they say like, you better choose someone who give you a sense of peace, a sense of calmness, and they really show you exactly that they love you without any other possibility, and they show you in their all of their way, like they behave, and what they speak to you, and what they show to you in their nonverbal or expression, or their effort towards you. They show it in a very congruent way. So therefore you feel calm and relaxed and chill, and no need to be worried about and feeling the roller coaster or the butterfly. I guess it is a good sign when you lose the butterfly and they still treat you the same way, and they also give you the same respect as before. I guess it's a good sign for you to be mature enough, not to just looking for excitement in relation, but also looking for a commitment and the quality of maturity. And having a stay committed to your relation will make you even more success in your life, because people that keep changing partner in order to maintain the excitement feeling, the butterfly feeling that they want to always feel for the whole of their life, is someone who is not mature. They still childish. They still seeking for selfish fulfillment. They just seeking for approval or validation from new people. They avoid to change themselves for the better, for the more mature version. That's why they keep changing their partner. I guess it's what I learned from 28 years I living. So I guess nothing wrong with losing butterfly feelings. It's just showing that you are right now can be balanced both of your logic and your feelings, not just being dominated or controlled by your own feelings. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Miss Livia, for your opinion. So we only have 15 minutes left. I guess it is necessary for us to draw a conclusion. Mm,
Miss, I wanna ask about what is the butterfly wear off? I know butterfly in my stomach like feel nervous, but I don't have any idea what is butterfly wear off. I mean,
it's a term like when when our relationship is not as good as when we first dated or something like that. So it's like butterflies in your stomach means like you are nervous and your heart skips a bit, but it all gone in that relationship. Yeah, that sort kind of thing.
oh, so it's kind of like idiom too, yeah. So because I what is don't ever heard this idiom butterfly
Yeah.
wear off. Okay.
Okay, so let's draw a conclusion together. I guess I will pick 2 or maybe 3% to give their conclusion. Maybe Mr. Ahmad. Hello, are you there? Okay, he left. Mr. Tommy, do you mind giving the conclusion of today's discussion?
Okay, thank you for the opportunity. Really appreciate. I just give the one long sentence. Yeah. uh, for the relationship itself, especially if we're talking about love, uh, love is always like the mirror. We with the partner is like the mirror. Please be let ourselves more busy with to improve ourselves first, then we try to looking the correct one, the suitable candidate, yeah, the suitable candidate for our part to be as our partner. Let we busy let we busy to improve ourselves, and then after that, the universe will be support you, because a love or relationship is always like a mirror. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Tommy. And the next person, maybe Mr. Febri. Hello, Mr. Febri.
Me?
Yes.
Yes. What to do to when the butterflies wear off in your relationship? Wow.
Actually, this is the conclusion time. The slide
Should I answer
has
this
not
question?
been changed. No.
Or,
Can you give today's discussion a conclusion from maybe what you got during this discussion?
all right. Okay. Actually, I'm a bad at giving conclusion. The best one is Mr. Who, biasanya. Yeah, all right. I don't know, maybe related to the relationship, I can get some insight from this, what do we call this topic, yeah? I have to thank to Miss Ivana to bring up this topic finally here. I mean, like, well, for like a couple weeks, I joined this meetings. Maybe this tonight is one of the best because I feel like people can choose which one they are standing on, which like some of them choose one, and then some of them just the second, something like that. But I can get some insight here that relationship is all about the communication. It's all about how we put the relationship, yeah, a little bit of truth. And also maybe one of the important thing is what makes you happy. If it's the relationship doesn't make you happy, then you go with your own way to be happy. I guess that's from what I heard today.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Febri. And also, thank you everyone for being very engaging in this discussion. I will end this discussion here, and I wish you guys all the best. Thank you and good night. I will give the time back to Mr. Ku as the host of this meeting. Thank you.
Wow, yeah, tonight it's such a how to say, no more than interesting topic, and all of you are exploring or delivering your own perspective or even your friend's perspective or yeah, something like that, I guess. Okay, before we end the discussion, since I enjoy joining the discussion. Even I didn't write, I don't write several corrections, but I just write it. I don't know. Hey, wait, not this one. How could it be? I'm butterfly. How to say butterfly and wear off? Nervous. Even I have just heard about this. Yeah, there are legally, yeah. Only 3 words that I can deliver here, such as legally can be formally in the relationship, guess sah or secara legal, sakral, sacred, secara sakral in English. Mr. Tommy last time asked about this case, and then everything is singular noun or singular subject. It means that we do not put is and can. Both of them are auxiliary. What is the meaning of auxiliary? Auxiliary means kata kerja bantu. Jadi satu saja. Is or everything can be or everything. Everything is able to be. We can use this, how to say, can be or is able to be. Can is modal auxiliary, and then is able to is similar expression of modal. Yeah, we can find it this one when we learn about grammar. I will memorize Miss Livia conclusion to keep me sane in case reset drive me crazy. I don't know. Yeah, you are crowded and you show or you explore or you deliver your perspective by speaking, even by writing in the chat box. But before we close our meeting today with 2 documentation, before we end the discussion, I please you to open your good-looking face. I please you, Sir Tommy, Lord, RD, okay, Miss Suchi, Miss Livia, Miss Sophie, Miss Rusty, Mr. Laulit, GNR, Miss Suchi, okay. Oh. Okay, Miss Suchi, Miss Rasni Yati. Miss Suchi, Miss Suchi, are you okay? Right. Okay, let me count
It's
it.
already 12 here, so
Oh yeah, it's a 12. Oh yeah, because in Papua the distance, so hours. That's great. Okay, I will count it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close the door. Mr. Tommy said 1 is not enough, so I use 2 double.
I use 3.
This is my closing statement, right? What is not enough? And then I just it can be unfair if I choose 3. 1, 2, 3.
3. Polygamy.
Because
Okay,
you
once
suppose 1
more.
never enough.
1 is never
1
enough.
never
You can
enough.
add 2, and 2 is never enough. 3.
You have 4 slot.
The
For
maximum
love.
is
Oh
4.
my god. For love. All right. Once more. Once more. Once more. For love. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 4. For relationships. It's interesting though. Okay. Well, but before we close our discussion tonight, I really appreciate for your coming. And before we close our meeting today, we have Yal. When I say Otak community, you can answer yesterday, you said tomorrow. Okay, Otak community.
Yesterday,
Yesterday,
We
we
say
say
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Thanks
tomorrow.
so much for
Guys,
your
bye.
appreciating. Okay, bye
See
bye.
ya.
See you.
Great balls of the
Save
fire.
FT and safety.
Hasta
Until
la
next time,
vista.
guys.